All praises to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and peace to everyone joining me right now or watching the video later. I'm Israelite Prepper. Wanted to talk a little bit about mutual assistance group and this whole idea of building together or building a tribe or tribalism, teamwork, anything like that. What we see today a lot is division in Israel. There's a lot of division where we can't agree on a lot of things. But we know the old saying, together we stand, divided we fall, or a house divided against itself cannot stand. We know all of these sayings, and we understand that we're supposed to exist, or we can build better in a team situation. And as far as preppers and stuff like that, they sell mutual assistance groups and things like that. And of course, that is when we take our time and we take our resources and we take our skills and our talents and we work together for the betterment of the group or the community or the tribe. It's because we can't do everything, right? So what I mean is that let's say in a community, you need a nurse, okay? I can't go to medical school, be a nurse, and then I do that. Then I also learn how to operate heavy equipment. Then I learn how to work construction so I can build the homes. Then I understand how to work hydroponics. Then I learn how to do solar power. Then I learn, and so on and so on and so on. You see? Fixed vehicles, mechanic and stuff like that. Can't be a jack of all trades, because that's very, very hard to do. And even, let's just say, by some miraculous miracle, you can do all those things. You have the knowledge to do all those things. You're still only one person. So you're still going to need some mutual assistance. It comes down to, I help you build and protect your family. You help me build and protect my family. I mean, build the resources that we need in a mutual assistance group. And this whole idea of coming together, building together, unity, and just working together, and this whole idea of tribalism isn't a new thing. Even the Bible even talks about things like that. In fact, I'll give you a few scriptures. And it's really practical, actually. I'm going to go here. You guys join me over in Ecclesiastes chapter 4. Ecclesiastes chapter 4. And I'm going to pick it up over here at... And it looks like it's getting stuck there, but that's why you got to have your own stuff. But anyway, in Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 9, it says, 2 are better than 1, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. Really good principle right there, right? Really good principle. And verse 11 again, if 2 lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? And if one prevail against him, if someone attacks you, okay, someone comes against you, 2 shall withstand him, and a 3-4 cord is not quickly broken. Okay, so if you had an issue or a problem with someone, they attack you or whatever, and you had someone that had your back, you had backup, you got a better chance. You got a better chance of prevailing against that person. So that, that's just, I mean, it's, you could say, that's common knowledge, but a lot of times we don't want to deal with our brothers and sisters. We don't want to work together. And I would tell you that it does take a spirit of community, a spirit of unity to be able to really pull this off. There's a lot of people, sometimes there are personality conflicts. I get it. Everyone has to be vetted. And then you want to have at least a personality conflict. Now, you want to have at least compatible personalities, not a personality conflict. If you don't have compatible personalities, then if you have 2 alpha males, whatever, and everyone's jockeying for positions and stuff like that, that's going to be a problem. But there could be problems even if you don't have a personality conflict. There just could be a misunderstanding or something like that. But at the end of the day, we look at, Proverbs 27:17, which it says, iron sharpens iron as one man sharpens another, depending on the version that you read. Okay, so when iron does indeed sharpens iron, sometimes there's sparks. Okay, but we do it to make each other better. That's it. To make each other better. You can do it in love. You can correct each other in love. Sure, there are times for strong rebuke. Yep. There are times for sharp rebuke. Not all the time. But there are times for sharp rebuke. I don't have a problem with that. I understand that. But again, Ecclesiastes, to everything there is a season, brothers and sisters. To everything there is a season. Let's look at it. If we look at coming together as a body, Ephesians 4:16, from whom the whole body joined and held together by every joint with which it is equipped, when each part is working properly, makes the body grow so that it builds itself up in love. Okay, so if we help each other, okay, and utilize our individual skills for the betterment of the tribe, you get further faster. Now, the reason I'm even talking about this is because I see so many other groups, not of the faith, that they can get so much done just because they cooperate with one another. Just because they cooperate with one another. But when it comes to Israel, when it comes to the faith, and I mean the faith. I'm not talking about just blood Israel, not just bloodline Israel, but I'm just talking about just the faith. So hard for many of us to come together. The division, the backbiting, it's ridiculous. And that's why we can't get very far. That's why. So what we need to do is focus on the things, focus on the common ground, focus on the common goals. What is it that you want? What is it that you want to do? Do we want some of the same things mutually? Do we want some of the same things mutually? And can we work towards that? When everything else gets in the way, that's when things just fall apart. When egos get in the way, that's when everything's fall apart. When everybody has to have their own individual way, that's when everything falls apart. Everything, it does not work. But mutual assistance, helping each other mutually, and investing in one another. Can you imagine? You have 10 brothers, and they get together, and they build one brother's house. 10 brothers building one brother's house. And then the same 10 build another brother's house. Then the same 10 build another brother's house. So on and so forth. Simple and powerful. Simple and powerful. But no, most people can't do it. Most people can't do it. Let's look at a little bit more, teamwork. And what 1 Peter 4:10, it says, as each has received a gift, use it to serve one another as good stewards of God's varied grace. Okay, we all have different gifts and talents, all of us. But can we use it for one another? Romans 15:5-6. May the God of endurance and encouragement grant you to live in such harmony with one another in accord with Christ Jesus, that together you may with one voice glorify the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, or Yeshua HaMashiach. Working together, figuring this thing out together. The Bible, these were a tribal people. That's what this was. This was a tribal people, okay? And working together and being together, assisting one another is from the beginning. Even if you go Genesis 2:18, from the beginning, then the Lord said, it is not good for man to be alone. I will make him a helper fit for him, or a helpmeet for him. It's from the beginning. From the beginning. Working together, advising each other, counseling each other. Iron sharpens iron. That's what it's all about. I'm only ranting about it because there's this huge lack of this unity, of this teamwork, community, tribalism. It's a huge, huge lack. And coming together is a biblical thing. It's a biblical thing. If I go, look, I've already given you a number of scriptures. I'm going to give you a few more. Psalms 133:1. Behold, how good and pleasant it is when brothers dwell in unity. How good and pleasant it is when brothers dwell in unity. Simple. Very simple. Proverbs 11:14. Where there is no guidance, the people falls. But in an abundance of counselors, there is safety. That's what the community is all about. You have a community, you set up a little council of elders so we can decide on matters that is mutually benefits everyone in said community or tribe. That simple. Is that simple? But can you submit to the authorities? To Yah. We say we submit to the Most High Yah. And those who are messianic, we submit to Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ. And the wives submit to the husband, the kids, submit to, mom. And you follow that protocol, stuff like that. But then, you have a council. We see that we were tribal people when you look in the scriptures. And they went to the council, or they went to the judges, or they went to the elders. You see that over and over and over. Israel submitted to one another. So, let's go over to, let's look at a couple of places here. I want to go a lot more Old Testament, but let's see here. Philippians 2:2, complete my joy by being of the same mind, having the same love, being in full accord and of one mind. That's how you get better. That's how you get better. That's how you can build. That's how you get further, faster together. A team usually beats an individual. Shalom, brother Eduardo. Shalom, shalom. A team usually beats an individual. Is that simple? So you can get further, faster. Further, faster. That's what we're talking about here. All right. Let's look here. 2 Timothy 2:2. And what you have heard from me in the presence of many witnesses, entrust to faithful men who will be able to teach others also. Who will be able to teach others also. So, if we're working in one accord, if we're trying to please the Most High, we're trying to build up our family, we're trying to protect them, provide for them, and we want the same thing, we should, in principle, be able to work together. We should be able to work together in principle. We say we serve the same Yah. We say we serve the same Yah. We should be able to work together. And speaking of doing it by serving the same Yah, Proverbs 3, verse 5 and 6 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. And he will make straight your paths. So, are we able to work together? Are we able to dwell together, work together, build together study together, worship together? Are you able to do these things? Can you do it together? Or are you going to do it alone? That's the question I'm putting on the table. Israelite Prepper. Till next time, shalom.